reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago?
My calloused feet hurt. The walk home from the school bus was 45 minutes of angry Arizona heat. I changed clothes and walked another 30 minutes through a desert patch of South Tucson. I picked up my sister's 5 kids from daycare. I walked them home another 30 minutes. I changed into my work uniform, marched the final 45 minutes through cacti and wildlife to my McDonald's job. 10th grade, this was daily routine. Drop fries, 2 orders double cheese. As I endured the hell heat of that McDonald's kitchen, I reflected on the things that troubled me. It had been almost 4 years since I had moved from the east side, and while most kids in middle school attended classes, I spent most of my time at home, suspended. I just couldn't stop fighting. So when I moved to the south side, fighting was how I met Luis. And our friendship became cemented through this bloody bond. Not a day passed when we didn't fight, but whatever issues I had, my brotherhood with Luis helped me to cope. We connected with other kids in that neighborhood because of our dysfunction. Our clique terrorized anybody who disrespected our hood, set tripping that is. If you wandered onto our street, we circled you. And whoever needed to burn some anger the most would attack you. If you wanted to fight, you won our respect. You could link up with our set. You could come in the house with some Kool-Aid. Or we could just leave you alone. I spent as much time as I could in the streets with my homies, vandalizing other neighborhoods, stealing from convenience stores, cruising the streets in borrowed vehicles. We were just doing what we could to keep away from the more dangerous lure of gun violence. The fact that we never used guns might have been our only redeeming quality. The repercussions of killing were just too extreme. Your people come after us, and then family gets involved. It was just too much drama. Just trying to graduate from high school was enough of a challenge for us. So many didn't even make it that far. How long are my McChickens? Cash registers up front hollered, waking me from my days. Coming right up, Jefe. Of all the people I fought, though, there was only one who made me consider using more than just my fists. Juan. Because of some info that Juan gave the police, Luis had to do jail time. And when I saw what that did to Luis' mother, to his sister, the beast in me just awakened. We had mildly vandalized Juan's house earlier that week. We knocked over his trash can, sprayed graffiti on the fence, but one of our homies, stupid, returned to break the windows, key the cars, knock down the mailbox, the fence. We all kicked his head in for it because he just elevated the tension between our sets, not us. But for me, beating him up was more of a natural reflex. Any reason was a good reason for a fight. I reflected on the conversation I had with Luis after he was released. Man, we need to handle this dude. He played you, I reminded Luis. Snyder, don't worry about it, dude. It's history already, Luis replied. He was just taking this way too easy. Nah, man, he dished you, our whole set. We need to see this dude. Hey, my friend interrupted me. Stupid already rocked his home. He's probably looking for us right now. We need to just chill this one out. Even though we had damaged Juan's house, anger still boiled in me. It perpetually floated Juan's face before me. This added to other things weighing on me. One of my homies had just died in a suicide car chase with police. Another close friend was shot in his own front yard. Death has that sort of ink on your clean white shirt stain effect on the brain. This stain, like acid, eats away at the nerve endings, which translate feeling, leaving only apathy. Anger was our resistance to apathy. My shift ended, I clocked out, and I left the furnace of that kitchen. The night air embraced me. It cooled the sweat which steamed from my body and offered some relief for that long march. As I finally crossed the wash which separated the desert from the houses, I decided to cut through Juan's neighborhood. Intuition told me that something might happen, but it's the fastest way home. I was halfway down the street when headlights lit up the road behind me. I turned around and I recognized Juan's car. It was creeping up. I walked faster. It's unarmed. I ain't even have my butterfly knife on me. I got no time to fool with this clown now. The car screeched forward. I ain't even looked back. Foreign adrenaline-filled lungs with new wind, soft electricity shot through nerves and legs, and I ran. I thought about not being able to fight my way out of this one. Maybe I can make it to Louise's house. Wish she was with me now. Hey, somebody yelled from the car. Faster, I ducked through a couple of houses, kicked off an attacking dog, and sprinted down the street next to my block. I was almost there. Then, out of nowhere, those lights reappeared in front of me, cutting off the house, and everything went slow motion. I stopped running, swallowed chalk in my throat, and my mind switched to self-defense. The car pulled up, window down, and Juan was wearing his Cheshire cat smile. My eyes pierced the darkness and the weed smoke swimming from the car, looking for accomplices and gun barrels. My right hand balled up and I moved closer to his window, planning to attack first, then sprint to Louise's house for the only gun we kept on our block. "What's up, loco?" Juan said, his hand extended from the car. I peered at it. "What's up, man?" I replied, restrained by something I don't know. "Hey, dude, I know things are ill right now because of what went down. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all that, man. I want to squash it all." I just looked at him. "Word? Yeah, man. Too many people being killed out here over nonsense, you know. I'm tired of that kind of life. I just wanted to say that to you face to face because I respect you and I wanted to catch you before you got the crib." He paused, staring, eyes absent at the wheel. "I'll get at you later, though." He extended his hand again. We locked up, then went our separate ways. I don't remember getting home that evening, checking on my nephews and nieces, putting them to bed, talking to Luis. Shock had overloaded my senses and etched this warning on my brain: leave Arizona now. I needed to change my environment because it only fed my anger, and anger only led me into bad situations. Would the next one be worse? Would I really have to kill somebody? Would I get killed? Would I get locked up? Luis and I had talked about all this before, but now I knew I had to stay out the streets. Thinking about my future, I began to see that leaving was the only way to secure one. As graduation approached, I drifted further out of touch with my homies. Something inside of me shifted and locked, and I couldn't break out of it. It wasn't fear. Maybe it was like wisdom gained from sacrifice and innocence. I was a kid with a lot of anger who ran the streets with other angry kids, but I was not destined to retire there. For Luis and I, this separation just seemed necessary. We're still partners and everything, but in order to outlive those statistics spit at us in all those high school assemblies, we'd have to change. He finished his GED, now works construction. And I, with some help from the church, got to a college in Dallas, Texas. This led to my career in education and a life of possibilities I had never seen before. These days, I see him whenever I visit home. Yeah, we sit and talk about old times, but we don't fight like we used to. We still have a lot to be angry about, but a whole lot more to be grateful for.